All right, so we're back with another boxing showcase, and with this showcase, I wanted to do something a little bit different. Um, and I wanted to showcase a fighter that I think has a lot of potential, however, not in the division that he currently fights in. So we'll get into it. I know it's a little different, but if you don't mind, please hit the like button and also subscribe, and also hit the notification bell so that way you can be notified of all the good content that we got this year and beyond. And also hit the subscribe button. You know, you got to get tuned into the fight family. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into this thing. We're going to be talking about Nick Sullivan. So Nick Sullivan, he's 5'9" and he's 23 years old. He's fighting out of Norfolk, Virginia, and he's an orthodox fighter. He's actually a Golden Boy fighter. He's 5-0 with 1 KO, and it's the 1 KO thing that I think allowed me to. I wanted to sort of figure this thing out, and I'm a boxing fan, so I was just trying to figure out. Okay, is it just because he hasn't gotten the right opponents to be able to get people out of there, or is it because the fighter himself is more of just focusing on the win and not necessarily the knockout? And the more I started to look at the fights, the more I started to realize that this fighter is he's in a division that I think he's too small for. Um, I think that his height is good, but it seems like his weight, he naturally is just not a bigger guy. And you can even see his frame, the way that he walks around. It seems that he's just a smaller fighter. Me personally, I think that seeing him at junior lightweight would make a whole lot more sense. His frame is okay for the lightweight division, but the lightweight division is a very, very tough division to be in. I personally feel that him being in the junior lightweight division would serve him a whole lot more good. Um, he has exceptionally quick hands, but I'm not too sure about the power, right? So I feel that his lunging left hook is really good. I think that left hook, that the way that he throws the left hook is spot on. He can get wild at times, but I think that that's going to come with time, where he's going to be able to put things together a little bit more polished. But I feel that he would be able to have a significant advantage if he was in the junior lightweight division. The You got to think, all of the fighters, the big, strong fighters in the lightweight division, I mean, it's starting to get real jumbled up in there. And so, yeah, and there are some of these big name fighters that are actually starting to make their way to the exit, going over to the super lightweight division. I personally feel that his speed is there. I think hand speed, reactions. I haven't seen enough for me to know if he's defensively sound. But from what I can see so far, I think that his footwork is okay, and I feel also that his right hand is educated. He's got an educated right hand. So those are some positives that I feel of Nick Sullivan. I would like to see him get into some more fights. Seems like Golden Boy has sort of been slow rolling his career a little bit. And I just would like to see him a lot more active. I mean, he's a young fighter. You could be able to get him in at least 4 times a year. You know, he's been in for a little bit. So I think that getting him in the rhythm of fighting on a continuous basis. I know that he was out and everybody was out for COVID, so I know that slows it down. But I mean, get in there and get going. From what I know of him, he had 130 plus amateur bouts, 130 plus amateur fights, right? He's got good amateur experience. He knows what he's doing when he gets in the ring. You just got to find the advantage for this particular fighter. I think that, like I said, I think that because of the frame, the way that he's built, and the way he naturally moves around. I saw one of the fights. He came in, I think, in the building at 132 or something like that. You know, um, I mean, that's crazy. Like he's just naturally a smaller guy, and I feel that the junior lightweight would be perfect for him. But I'm excited. I saw him beat Aguilar and also Benitez, so I've seen both of those fights. I obviously the Aguilar fight was just way too fast, so you really don't see too much. And I saw a little bit more in the Benitez fight. All in all, I think he's got a lot of talent and a lot of potential. And me just knowing what's going on in Virginia right now and seeing some of the prospects that are coming out of Virginia, especially Norfolk, Virginia, just the DMV area in general, but definitely in Virginia and the Norfolk area, I think that people need to know that area is starting to produce some very, very talented fighters, and this is one of them. And so if you don't have him on your radar or nothing, you definitely should. I Hey man, if you're watching this interview or you're watching this showcase, I would definitely like to do a one-on-one interview. We can do that off of Zoom or whatever, but I would definitely like to do an interview with you because I think that you have a lot of potential and and decent amount of skill. Like I said, the only drawback that I have of him is just I feel that junior lightweight. I don't know how many times I gotta say it. I feel like junior lightweight is the division for you to really shine. Um, but keep on making that left hook even more polished. I think that lead left hook is nice for you. I really do. Um, I think it sort of catches people off guard the way that you lunge in. It's unsuspecting the way that you do it. So I would definitely keep that up because it looks it's interesting. It's not I don't know, maybe the way that you throw it, it's not the way that I would typically see people throw it. It's weird the way that he does. It's a lead left hook. It looks cool. So um yeah, some people might think it's just ordinary, but it's obviously not because it connects quite often when it does when he throws it. So it's just something to think about. Yeah. With that being said, that's all that I have. Um, and I definitely want to see him in a lot more fights, especially in 2022, going into 2023. He needs to have at least Golden Boy. He's got to have at least like 4 fights this year. He's got to. You know, I know that he had a fight in December, I believe, but he's got to be a lot more busy than just 5 fights. He's got to. So we'll see how this thing goes. But with that being said, as always, peace, one love. We out of here.